guys and girls, I am Mystery from NYC, and if you are new to the channel, I want to welcome you. Now, there is nothing better than getting out and riding. Just like today, the day is beautiful, the roads are empty, and the road that I am on is very smooth. It is windy. It makes for a very exciting ride. Now, I have so much fun when I'm out riding that I bring all of my experiences to you. So right now we are putting together what I'm calling a dream build, my second dream build. So without any further ado, let's get into this one. All right, so we are in my neck of the woods, and on today's episode, we will be discussing dream builds. A dream build could be just like mine, something from factory that you took apart and completely overhauled it. New paint, new upgraded performance part, new build all around. Or your dream build could be something from the manufacturer that's new, that's been out on the market for a little while, but it's something that you've been wanting for quite some time now. Or there are even some companies like Spark Cycle Works that can take their two go-to bikes and customize the build. And speaking of Spark Cycle Works, what am I riding today? I am riding the Spark Cycle Works Bandit. And this is the perfect topic for conversation. Why? Because the Spark Cycle Works Bandit is no longer available. And why is that good? That is good because you can find yourself a pre-owned Bandit, completely gut it and overhaul it with all new parts. Now, when you go with something that's used, you can save a ton of money because something that is used is not going to be a top dollar. So right off the bat, you're saving money. Now, if you followed along on my journey, you'll know that this was not brand new right out of the box. So from the beginning, the upgrade was a lot more affordable. Now, this build almost took 2 years to complete, but yours doesn't have to. Now, if you have all the parts and you know what you're doing, your build could be completed in a matter of weeks. Now, this takes me to my dream build. But wait a minute, I thought this was your dream build. Well, it was. Now I'm out to build a second dream build. The second dream build will have all the upgraded parts that I want, but the canvas of this dream build is consisting of a Super 73 RX. Now, this Super 73 RX is something that I want to build myself, so I have taken it apart, and if you want to watch the teardown video, I'll include it in the description down below. Now, after it was torn down, we took that bad boy over to our friends over at ARCANEMOTO, and they did a phenomenal job of powder coating it. We powder coated the frame, we powder coated the spring, we powder coated the dropouts, we powder coated the rims. And the coolest thing about it is that on one side of the bike, it's gonna look completely different than the opposite side. One side of the bike is gonna look yellow, the other side of the bike is gonna look orange. Now, this dream build has commenced, so I'll take you up to date to where I am right now. So some of the components that we'll be using for this dream build consist of a lot of the components that you're gonna see right now on this one over here. So why is that? Why are you getting the same components? Why aren't you switching it up? Well, there's a huge reason why I'm doing that, and it is because the components that I'm using, they work. And sometimes if something ain't broke, why fix it? So I'm hoping to have two dream builds, one that I can use and one that I can give to my son so that him and I can both go out there and explore our neighborhood. Range is always a factor, and one of the reasons why he doesn't come out with me so often is because of that. So let's talk about some of the components that I have right now. The setup that I have consists of a 5 kilowatt powerful lithium motor, the far driver controller, it is the 72680. Now, that combination gives you a lot of power and a lot of speed. And when you're playing with that much power and speed, you're gonna need good brakes. And as of right now, I have been using the Maguras. These are the MT5s and they work phenomenally. So I will be using the same setup on that new build. Now, I did mention range before. Right now, I'm rocking about 61 amp hours. So these are two batteries from Powerful Lithium. I have a 72 volt 50 amp hour down here in the frame, and up top I have a Super Shark Pack. The Shark Pack puts out 72 volts with 11 amp hours. So in total, you're looking at 61 amp hours. Now there's something a little special about the Super 73. We are working with a wider enclosure. Now that wider enclosure should be able to give me about 75 to 80 amp hours at 72 volts. And that's not including the 11 amp hours from the Super Shark pack. Now the reason why we can fit such a large battery in that enclosure is because it is extra wide, and that extra width gives us more room to be able to utilize more cells. Now being that we are on the topic of cells, let's talk about that for a minute. A lot of people are using the P45Bs and the P50B cells, and they are completely forgetting about P42As. P42As are the moly cells that started it all. They are still available. They are less expensive, and that is what I want to use on my next build. So expect to see a much larger battery, but from that P42A cell. Now I did mention that this build is something that I want to put together, and when you are new, just like I am, to building e-bikes, you will be presented with a lot of problems, because there are tricks to the trade that I am not completely aware of, so I will be figuring it out as I go along. And one of the tips and tricks that I would like to share with you is this.
All right, so this over here, there's going to be an interesting story. This is painted, this was not, this was removed, it's metal. When you remove that, it is so tightly pressed into the aluminum frame that it's very possible that you could bend it on the way out. When you bend it, then you might have a situation where you're not going to be able to fit this inside here. So this is the interesting story. I used sandpaper to try to file it down because it wasn't completely round. In the end, I wound up having to use a Dremel to open this up a little bit because it was bent as it was pressed out. At the moment, it goes in. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna lube this area. Well, we're gonna lube both sides up. We will lube the shaft and then install the swing arm. She is installed. We are one step closer to finishing this dream build. Oh, and check this out. We have our first splash of color. I'll put this out in the sun so you get a better look at it. All right, check out that bling. Hopefully the camera is doing a good job of showcasing the flakes in this paint. Ooh-wee. From my end, she is looking good. And check out the splash of color that we have.
As always, it's great to get outside and ride. Highly recommend that you do the same. Find yourself a smoothly paved road, something windy like this one to add a little bit more excitement to the ride. But most importantly, get outside and ride. There's nothing like feeling the wind on your skin or even the smell of freshly cut lawn. So I am out of time. I am on my way home. If you guys enjoyed this video, like always, don't hesitate. Smash the like button. Leave a comment because I get back to everybody. And if you want to, please, see if I can do this. Woo, please subscribe. So until the next video, peace out everybody.